This video is sponsored by the Foggy Dew, Dublin's legendary pub, located beside the Central Bank and Temple Bar. Come in for great nights, pints and supporting metal. Shout out to our other sponsor, Helio Gas Detection. This is Letty from the Smash and Skull Sessions. I'm joined by Dar from Imperial Slave, or Sam. How you doing?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm all good. You've got some pretty cool posters in the background. Vader, Suffocation, Nile.
Yep. Love it.
Awesome. So to the listeners who maybe haven't heard of you before, could you introduce yourself and your role in the band?
Yeah, I'm Sam Sheppard. I'm the vocalist from Imperial Slave. We started just over 4 years ago, and we're working on our third album at the moment. We were just in Europe last June, and we played in Dublin, Limerick and Sligo, and a few festivals in Germany and Slovenia, Czech Republic. But yeah, we've been to Ireland and definitely want to come back again, possibly next year.
Awesome. And that leads me on to my next question. You know, you guys came over, played Dublin, Limerick and Sligo. How were those gigs?
Unreal. Really cool. Sligo was actually the best because there's a whole lot of Kiwis up there, and we know some of them, and they know some people in other bands, so they put out the word, and it was a mad gig. Dublin was really good, but there was a big I can't remember what, a big festival, a parade walking through the streets. So I can't remember what it was about, but it was a pretty decent turnout, but probably would have been better if that parade wasn't on.
Fair enough.
And Limerick was really cool as well.
That's class. Sligo, I've never been to Sligo, but yeah, I'm sure it's very picturesque and beautiful, like.
Yeah, there's beaches up there and stuff. It's really nice. The weather, because it was June, I think, or July. So, yeah, the weather was unreal. And I'd played in Limerick in my previous band at the, what's the festival? Siege of Limerick there about 10 years ago. So it was good to go back there. And I used to live in Ireland, actually, in Waterford for a while and in Galway and Connemara. So, yeah, some of the songs off the first album were written in Galway and Waterford. So there's an Irish connection.
That's really cool. And I couldn't make the Dublin gig, unfortunately, but from the pictures I saw, it looked class.
Yeah, it was a cool venue. It was kind of hidden away. So when we got there, we thought no one's going to find this place, but it was a pretty decent turnout.
Yeah, I think that venue's only just after reopening. It's called Lost Lane.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, because you were originally going to play Fibbers, wasn't it? But I got upgraded to the Lost Lane.
Yeah, we were meant to play, I think it was Fibbers. Yeah, I played there in my previous band a couple of times as well. We toured with, what the hell were they called? Cypher, I think. There's a band from Dublin that we toured with years ago. But yeah, we played in Fibbers and played up north somewhere as well. I can't remember where. It was a long time ago. But yeah, been to Ireland a few times playing.
Awesome. And did you get to see many of the sites on the tour last year, on many of the sites of Ireland?
Not really, because we were just there for the 3 days that we were playing, because we were in Germany before that. We did like 2 festivals in Germany, one in Slovenia, one in Czech Republic. And we were spending our days off in Berlin because I used to live in Berlin as well. So it was just cheaper to stay in Berlin and then just go play the gigs and then, yeah, shoot out.
So you'd fly out from Berlin and then go to do the show and then go back to Berlin because it was cheaper?
Well, in Ireland we had the three shows in a row, so I think it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we flew in on the Thursday and then left on the Monday, I think. Yeah, got there the day before the gig, and then we ended up, well, two of us, me and one of the roadies, ended up going to England and Wales afterwards because Slayer and Anthrax were playing there the next weekend. So because Sligo was the last gig of the whole tour. So when we found out that Slayer was playing, we stayed another week and went and saw them a couple of times. It was fucking cool.
That was the week after the Black Sabbath show, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we tried to get tickets for that, but it sold out in 5 minutes. So yeah, we ended up staying in London, all bitter that we didn't get tickets. So at least we got to see Slayer and Anthrax.
Yeah, I saw pictures from that one as well. Look, deadly. Were they good? Yeah.
So good. It was like Slayer. It was the 12th and 13th time I'd seen Slayer because they're one of my favorite bands, and they were just as good as ever. Like Tom's voice was on absolute form. They were killer shows.
Awesome, because Hatebreed was on that as well. There was a load of bands on it, and then Slayer and Anthrax were the main bands, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, Anthrax wasn't even the main band. I thought it was Hatebreed, Mastodon, Anthrax, Amon Amarth, and then Slayer. So
What a
yeah, they
lineup.
had that lineup in Wales. Yeah, it was killer in Wales. But all the other bands except Slayer only played for like half an hour or 20 minutes even. And Slayer did their whole show. But the one in London, they all played whole shows. They were huge gigs. It felt like a festival. But
I can imagine. It looked class anyway. I hope Slayer come back here eventually, because I've only seen them one time on their retirement tour.
oh yeah, oh, and Dublin, I was at that show as well with Lamb of God, Anthrax, and Obituary. Eh?
That's the one. It was class, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. That's when I was. I think that's when I was living in Ireland. Just before I left, they had that show. It's cool.
Yeah, it was very good. And as you mentioned, you're recording your third album. How's the recording process for it going?
We haven't started recording. We're just kind of finishing off the writing for it. We're hopefully recording in April, and we've got a couple of shows coming up in March in Auckland and Napier in New Zealand, where we want to just play all the new songs and see how they go before we record them. So the plan is to, yeah, hopefully record in April. We're just waiting to hear back from a producer in Germany that's hopefully coming down. And yeah, so depending on when the recording happens, it will be out this year for sure, either way.
Awesome. And your album, Still at Large, came out in 2023, the second album. How was the recording for that?
Stressful and horrible, but it came out really good. It was kind of got dragged out and then rushed at the end, and everything that went wrong could go wrong, like people getting injured or people getting sick, and it was a fucking nightmare to be honest. But it all worked out in the end, and it came out great. So we were really happy with it. And this time we've just taken our time a little bit more instead of making deadlines and stuff like that. We're just trying to do it a bit more naturally. That's why it's taken a bit longer this time. So yeah, trying to make it easier and hopefully get this producer from Germany that because I produced the last two albums, and it'd just be less stressful if someone else did it, to be honest.
Fair enough. You're taking it easy this time rather than trying to get everything done at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the way.
Fair enough. And if you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be? And it doesn't have to be for Imperial Slave.
Ah, collaborate with. I don't know. My favorite one's dead. It'd be John Bonham from Led Zeppelin and Cliff Burton from Metallica. But I don't know if they'd collaborate with me. Well, I know they wouldn't. But for doing death metal shit, I'd love to get Chris Barnes to do like guest vocals, or Max Cavalera maybe. Like out of people who are living or that would seem realistic. I mean, I could say James Hetfield or Dave Mustaine, but that's just not realistic. So yeah, it'd be Chris Barnes or Max Cavalera.
They're both pretty good picks. Like, I saw Max Cavalera. Have you seen him with the Cavalera Conspiracy?
No, never. I've seen him with Soulfly a bunch of times. Oh, maybe not a bunch of times, only twice, I think, but never with. Oh yeah, no, I have. I saw them in Berlin. Yeah. Yep. Fucking cool.
Yeah, they were class. They came to the Academy, was it last year? No, it was the year before, I think. But he just came on with his bullet belt and like Igor on the drums, and it was so
Yeah.
cool just to see them like.
Yeah, seeing them together again after being apart for so long back then. Actually, I saw them twice because I had an interview channel as well, Mammoth Metal TV, and I interviewed Max twice on that during the Cavalera Conspiracy gigs. One was for the third album and then for the fourth album.
Oh,
So yeah,
cool.
that's weird that I forgot that.
No, that's that's all right. I think they were doing promoting schizophrenia when I saw them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
it was
just
cool.
bought that record when I was over there.
Oh, cool. And Sepultura, they're
Mm.
coming back again in September with Biohazard and loads of other
Oh,
bands. And I can't wait to see that one as well.
oh, that's cool because that's their end of everything tour, isn't it?
Yeah, they've already been over on their end of everything and they've just decided to come back again. So,
Oh, cool. They haven't been here yet. They probably won't.
oh, have they not?
Nah, I mean, a lot of bands miss New Zealand out. They just do Australia, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'd say they'll definitely do Australia because they've got to try and cover as much of the world as possible.
Yeah, that's a shame that they miss out New Zealand. I see a lot of bands, it kind of goes in a cycle where they do Europe and then they move on to Australia. Like a lot of the bands I like are making the rounds in Australia this year.
Yeah, yeah. Heaps of bands just go to Aussie and don't come here. So, but yeah, if it's a big band like Megadeth is doing their last tour, if they don't come here, I'd go to Aussie to see them. So, a lot of people from New Zealand just go to Australia if the bands aren't coming here, and everyone else just complains about it.
Yeah. That's fair enough. I hope Megadeth
Yeah.
come here anyway on their last tour because I've never seen them. They're the last of the big four I have to see.
Oh yeah, yeah. They'll definitely go there, surely. Because yeah, I know
Hopefully.
Ireland misses out sometimes and just goes to England and Wales, but yeah, no, I'm sure they'll cover as much ground as they can if it's their last tour ever.
Yeah, a lot of the death metal bands, even like Whitechapel, one of my favorites, they've never been over here.
Oh, whoa. And they always go to England.
Yeah, they go England almost every 2 years, I'd say.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I've been in
Yeah,
their
it's weird
Facebook
because,
comments being like, come to Ireland, come to Ireland, come to Ireland. And it's just like.
yeah, and then it's so close. Like, it's only, what, 45 minutes away, an hour away. Like, New Zealand's 3 hours away from Australia. So it's weird that bands skip out Ireland when it's so close.
I know it's a hop, a skip, and a jump away, but they don't want to make the journey, but it's all right. Just hope for the next year, and then the next year never comes.
At least it's closer to go to England to see them or Wales because, yeah, it's really expensive to go to Aussie from here.
Sure, you know the pain of bands missing out on Ireland because you used to live over here, like.
Yeah, I think the only band I saw when I was over there was Sodom and the Slayer show, and I was there for 2 years.
That's crazy.
Mm. But before
And
that, I was living in Berlin, and there was bands every couple of weeks. There was some huge band coming through. So yeah,
I always say, like, if I lived anywhere central, like London or Germany or even America, I'd be so broke because every band I like goes through there.
yeah, yeah. That's exactly how it was. It's like the exact opposite of what we're living like now. It's like not enough bands coming, and over there was too many bands. You'd be like, what? You've got to pick one of the three who's turning up this week, and it was a different kind of nightmare.
Yeah, too much choice even then.
Yeah, and not enough money.
What was one of the best international bands that you saw in Berlin?
Oh, it was probably Slayer, just because they're my favorites, and I saw them 3 or 4 times. We were living in Berlin when the first Big Four show happened in Poland, so we went over for that. It was yeah, the first show of that run. So the first time they ever played together in 2010. That was probably the best show for sure.
That's awesome. Because I always see the videos from Sofia from Bulgaria, and it's like, oh, I wish I could be there, but I can watch the DVD, so.
Yeah, it was crazy because that was the second night. And on the first night, they didn't come out and do that Am I Evil thing. So when we
I
saw
didn't
that
know.
on the DVD, we were like, what the fuck? Why didn't they do that on the first night? We were so annoyed. Well, at the time, we weren't annoyed because the show was awesome. And it was cool because Joey Belladonna had just got back in Anthrax. David Ellefson had just got back in Megadeth, and they played the whole Rust in Peace album because it was the
And Dave
20-year
Lombardo was back in
anniversary.
Slayer.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So it was all of that stuff happening, and just seeing those four bands together was fucking unreal.
Yeah, I've seen online that they've expressed interest in doing it again, even it's just like the Big Free plus Exodus or something like.
Yeah, well, now Slayer's playing again. Like, why not? The problem is Metallica doesn't need it. They get that many people on their own shows, you know. And
Yeah.
Metallica's usually into doing things that haven't been done before, not redoing things that they've already done. So, of course, the other bands want to do it because that's the biggest shows they'll ever play. Is playing with Metallica. It's like same with anyone.
100%. Did you catch Metallica when they did Australia? Did you go over for it?
No, no, they came to New Zealand. So yeah, I just went up to Auckland and saw them play. It was awesome.
Oh, did you do the one
Absolutely
night or
killer.
2 nights?
They only did the one night over here, and same with Aussie. I think they only did the one night thing. But yeah, they played at Eden Park, which is the All Blacks rugby ground, and I'd never seen a concert there before, but been going to rugby games there since I was a kid. So it was awesome to see bands there. And Suicidal Tendencies was opening, so that was the first band I got to see at Eden Park. It was so fucking cool.
What's the capacity of Eden Park?
55,000 people, and it was
Oh,
sold out.
wow. Yeah,
So
they're
yeah,
coming
it was
to the
huge.
Aviva over here. They've got 2 nights. They're doing the no repeat thing. And the Aviva, commenters don't get mad at me if I get this wrong. That's where Ireland play their rugby matches as well, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah, cool. So that's the old well, it used to be called Lansdowne Road, I think, years and years and years ago. It's probably a different place, but yeah, that was the old rugby park in Dublin.
Yeah, so I think the capacity of it is 50,000, something along the lines of that. 2 nights sold
Oh yeah.
out. And they've got the circular stage as well, so there's not going to be a bad seat in the house.
Oh yeah, they didn't do that at Eden Park. They so could have because the whole ground is set up perfectly for it, but they were at one end. It was still awesome. But yeah, they didn't do the 2 nights thing. Who's opening for them over there?
The first night is Pantera
Damn
and
it.
Avatar, and the second night is Knox Loose and Gojira.
Oh, cool. Yeah, over here we had Suicidal Tendencies, like I mentioned, and Evanescence, so I wasn't too keen on that. But yeah, it's Pantera would be cool to see. I mean, I saw the real Pantera back in the day, so I'm not too fussed, but it would still be cool. Even if four people I'd never heard of were playing Pantera songs, I'd still go to that. So it'd be cool.
Fair enough. And was you standing or sitting for the Metallica gig?
I was sitting, and it was like the cheapest seats in the house, but it was perfect. You could see everything. It was like if it was a rugby game, I would have been on the halfway mark. So it was you could see the whole event. It was super cool.
Oh, cool. I'm sure the sound was great for it as well.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect. Like it would have been better down in the on the grass, but it was still good. It was like no complaints. It was awesome.
Nice. I can't wait to see Metallica anyway. It's going to be an absolute blast.
Yeah, always. They always put on a good show.
Yeah, and just out of curiosity, what's your favorite Slayer album?
It's a hard one. I love Divine Intervention because that was the album that came out when I was just first getting into them, when I was like 16. Rain and Blood, obviously, probably those two, but it's hard. Like Hell Awaits, um, Seasons in the Abyss, South of Heaven, they're all so good. Like the first six are all so perfect. But yeah, I'd say Divine Intervention and Rain and Blood. Those two
Uh,
would be number one.
those are good choices. Mine would be God Hates Us All. I just think that's a no skip album.
Yeah, yeah, nice.
Yeah. And what is the music scene like in New Zealand?
It's really good considering the population. Like it's basically the same population as Ireland, but it's a lot bigger than Ireland. But it's it's mostly like real brutal extreme music that goes well here. Like for the local bands, the best bands here are usually the extreme bands. There's bands like Plague of the Fallen or Utilize the Remains, Organectomy. They're all like brutal death metal bands, slam bands, and there's heaps of other bands, but there's not many like thrash bands or just regular metal bands. All the best bands here seem to be the brutal ones. I mean, that's probably because of my taste as well, but they're they're um they're the ones who seem to be doing the best.
That's cool because I saw Alien Weaponry. They're from New Zealand, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong. They went on tour here with Gojira, and I remember when they came out, they got the biggest pop. Everyone was just so excited to see them play.
yeah, it's so cool seeing a band from New Zealand do what they're doing because they've got the old Slayer manager now. Rick Sales is their manager, so they getting on these Slayer shows and like the biggest festivals in the world. It's so cool to see a New Zealand band's name up there with those like the biggest bands in the world, and they're playing on the big stages as well. They're not just on the little side stages or whatever. It's yeah, it's unreal.
Yeah, it's really cool to see because my first introduction to them was a Vice documentary.
Oh, cool.
They had the documentary on them about how they're bringing Maori back and how they're singing in Maori, and I thought that was really cool, and that was my introduction to them. I started following them, and when I saw they were opening for Gojira, I was super pumped.
Yeah, that's so cool. And because so many people talked about doing that back in the day and no one actually did it. And then they started doing it when I think they started when they were like 12 or something crazy. And just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger until now they're at the top of the world. And they barely play in New Zealand. Like last time I saw them play here was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And they did one show in New Plymouth, which is not a main city. And there was a few hundred people there, but not what you'd expect. So I think they're just like, I mean, like anyone, you'd be having way more fun doing all the big shows overseas than playing in your home country. So I don't know what their attitude towards New Zealand is, but it seems like that. And that would be mine as well. Like just go overseas, play all the big festivals with the big bands. I think they opened for Guns N' Roses when they were here. So yeah, they still get the big shows.
And they're doing really well. And I hope to see Imperial Slave up there one of the days as well, like opening for Slayer or something really cool. Like,
Yeah, well, it'd be good to do that overseas. We opened with these bands over here, open for Suffocation and Vader. We toured with Nile in Japan. That was super cool. But yeah, would love to do that in Europe as well, for sure.
that's awesome. How was that tour in Japan with Nile?
It was exceptional. Like Japan's one of the places that I'd always wanted to go with previous bands, and it just never happened. And I would have been happy playing in a little club to 20 people, just to be in Japan and playing. But we were opening for Nile instead, and well, not opening. There was three other bands, and we just change every night. So we opened once, and then we played second, then we played third, and it was just unreal playing because it's a Nile show, so there's just hundreds of people there, even for the first band. Like, yeah, it was crazy cool, and just to see Japan, such a trip.
I can imagine it's surreal. Did you get to see many of the sights of Japan? Or was it kind of just go, go, go?
Yeah, because we played three shows with them, two in Tokyo and one in Osaka, and then we did some shows of our own in Nagoya and Kyoto, and we stayed for like a week after, or maybe not a week. I think I only stayed like 3 or 4 days, but yeah, just traveling around, seeing as much as we could. But you just end up going to pubs and not seeing many sights and not remembering as much as we should.
Did you do any of the karaoke bars?
No, we didn't, which is crazy because I love karaoke. After a few drinks, go and sing some Motorhead, but yeah, we didn't do it then. I've done that in a bunch of other countries, but just didn't in Japan where it comes from. So yeah, that's a bit silly. Next time, we'll definitely go back.
Exactly. There's always a next time. Do you have any album releases
Yeah,
you're looking forward to in 2026 or any that you're looking or any that's already come out?
Megadeth.
Megadeth.
Megadeth is coming out in 2 weeks, I think. I've listened to the songs that have been released so far, but I just like listen to them once and then wait because I'd rather listen to the whole album. But I love what I'm hearing, and yeah, super excited for any Megadeth. I've been a fan since Rust in Peace came out, so I've always looked forward to the new Megadeth album. It sucks that it's going to be the last one, but yeah, that's probably going to happen to a lot of bands in the next few years.
Yeah.
That's the only one. Oh, 6 Feet Under's got a new one coming out at some point, so that's another one I'm looking forward to. I don't know of any others.
I'm really looking forward to the new Megadeth album, of course, but I'm really intrigued to see how their cover of Ride the Lightning is going to turn out.
Yeah, true. That's an interesting one. I, but I wonder if it'll be like the Mechanics, where it's like my least favorite song on the album. I like all the Megadeth songs more than that. I mean, I know that's his song, but I think it'll be the same this time around. It'll be interesting to see what he's done, but I think I'm going to like the Megadeth songs more.
That's fair enough. The singles have been really good, what I've heard so far, but as you says, just wait for the whole album. Like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's better to have an album as a whole, as one piece to listen to instead of knowing these songs and not knowing those ones. Yeah, but I always listen to them because I'm not going to ignore a new Megadeth song.
it's funny actually. One band, I don't know if you've heard of them, Angels and Airwaves. Their last album, they released 8 out of the 10 songs as singles.
Before the album came
Yeah.
out. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just like there was two unheard tracks at that point, and when the album came out, it was like, well, there's only two songs that we only really have to listen to.
Crazy. And did they do videos for all of those songs?
I think they did. It was either a music video or a lyric video that they did.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Whatever works. I'd rather just release an album.
I would as well. And
Yeah.
we're on to our last question. Do you have any advice for anyone wanting to start a band in 2026?
Don't do it. It's too much work. No, I don't know. If you're gonna do it, you don't need my advice. You're gonna do it anyway. It's it's just a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. But it's a lot of stress, and but it's worth it. I don't know. If you want to start a band, finding the right people is the hardest thing. Finding a good band name that's not taken is very hard as well. But yeah, basically finding the right people is the best thing you can do, and don't rush things, but don't spend forever. I know heaps of bands that make an album for like 5 years. It takes them forever to get it out. So it's good to have deadlines, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not very good at advice. Do whatever you want.
Join a band and you might get to see some cool places along the way.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. If you do get to travel with it, it's the best way to travel because you get to meet other metalers from all over the world, and we're very similar all over the world. It's pretty crazy how this music just brings people together, and we just all somehow get along, even though, we're from different sides of the world. It's it's crazy how fucking awesome this music is that brings everyone together. You can just do this to a stranger and they get it and they're like, fuck yeah.
There's one guy in like the city that I work in. He's a painter, and he goes to me one of the days, "You look like a Slayer fan." I says, "I am a Slayer fan," and he goes, "Fucking Slayer!" and just left. That was it. That's the commonality. Like it gets people together.
And it makes your day as well, eh? When that kind of shit happens, it's fucking cool.
Yeah, so anytime I see him in the street now, he just goes, "Slayer!" And I'm like, "Slayer!"
Fucking Slayer.
That's it. Sam, thank you so much for taking the time out your night to chat to me.
No worries. Thank you for giving a shit. And I have seen one of your podcasts before when you first came on the screen. It's like, I know her. So it's cool to talk to you.
No worries. Thanks for checking it out. Keep an eye on the social media for Imperial Slave for new announcements on their album. And if you want to listen to them, Still at Large is out now.
system.